Now let's cover the billboard node. To do that, let's jump into a new scene, a new empty scene, and also let's change the layout here to the logic. So you can find the billboard node in the toolbox under the world category, and then under the axis subcategory. So if you right click here, then you can see the second from top is the billboard node. Before I can show you what the billboard node is doing, I will create an axis first. I will put a rectangle behind, and let's say this rectangle is now a screen where we will show, or geometry where we will show some movies, textures, live inputs, whatever, right? And now let's also say we move it here, we move it left, we move it right, and we always want that this rectangle is facing to the camera. To do that, we use simply that billboard node. So the billboard node is responsible for to make a geometry always facing to the camera, right? So as you saw now, when I put in here that billboard node, then we got already a rotation, right? So if I move now that rectangle to the right, then you can see that rectangle is always facing to the camera, right? If I do it up and down or even far away, but this rectangle is now always facing directly to the camera. By default, the settings or the properties of the billboard node uh, tells the billboard, hey, apply rotation X, Y, and Z to always facing to the camera. You also can change this here. For example, if we turn off the Y rotation, right, then it's basically the same. And then I'm able, for example, to use the rotation from my axis, right? But if I turn on that Y axis, then the billboard or the rectangle will face to the camera. One option what you also have, if you want to delete, get rid of any rotations on some geometry, basically, you can put a billboard in front and simply select screen orientated, and then any rotation what you will have here on an axis in front will be deleted, basically, right? So we have this, and let's turn on this, guys, right? So this is the rotations, let's say the very messed up rotations from here from my axis. But if I turn on here X, Y, and Z, my rectangle is always facing nicely to the camera.